Have you ever felt tired of the endless rush of modern life? The pressure to succeed, the constant distractions, the uncertainty about the future? What if there were someone who chose to leave all of that behind in search of a deeper truth? Today, we are going to explore one of the most beautiful and thought-provoking poems in English literature, Matthew Arnold's The Scholar-Gipsy. This poem is much more than a simple pastoral description. It is a meditation on modern civilization, human restlessness, and the search for a meaningful life. Stay with me until the end, because the poem's final message is as relevant today as it was more than 150 years ago. Before discussing the poem, let's briefly know the poet. Matthew Arnold was one of the most important poets and critics of the Victorian Age. He lived during a period of rapid industrialization, scientific discoveries, and social changes. While many people celebrated progress, Arnold was deeply concerned about the spiritual emptiness and confusion of modern society. His poetry often reflects a longing for peace, stability, and deeper meaning. The Scholar-Gipsy, published in 1853, beautifully expresses these concerns. The poem is based on an old Oxford legend. According to the story, a poor Oxford student left the university and joined a group of gypsies. He believed that the gypsies possessed secret knowledge about life and nature. The student devoted himself completely to learning their mysterious wisdom. Over time, people claimed to see him wandering through fields and hills, unchanged by age and untouched by ordinary human suffering. This legendary figure became known as the Scholar-Gipsy. Arnold transforms this simple legend into a powerful symbol. The Scholar-Gipsy represents a person who remains faithful to a single purpose in life. One of the most attractive features of the poem is its vivid setting. Arnold takes us to the countryside around Oxford. We see green fields, quiet hills, flowing streams, and peaceful villages. The landscape is described with remarkable beauty and precision. As readers, we feel as if we are walking beside the poet through the Oxford countryside. But the landscape is not merely decorative. Nature in this poem symbolizes harmony, peace, and permanence. It stands in sharp contrast to the restless world of modern society. The Scholar-Gipsy is still alive. He asks shepherds, farmers, and travelers if they have seen him. Sometimes he appears in the distance. Sometimes he is glimpsed near rivers or among the hills, yet he always remains mysterious and elusive. This creates an atmosphere of wonder and enchantment. The Scholar-Gipsy becomes almost a mythical figure, a symbol of an ideal that humanity can never fully grasp. Now we come to the heart of the poem. Arnold believes that modern people suffer from a serious problem. They are constantly distracted. They change their beliefs, goals, and ambitions. They are full of doubts and uncertainties. One day they pursue one dream, the next day they abandon it for another. As a result, they lose inner peace. Arnold famously describes modern humanity as suffering from a strange disease. This disease is not physical, it is spiritual and psychological. It is the condition of confusion, anxiety, and indecision. Doesn't this sound surprisingly familiar, even today? In the age of social media, endless information, and constant competition, many people experience the same feeling. This is one reason why the poem continues to resonate with modern readers. The Scholar-Gipsy is much more than a legendary character. He symbolizes the search for truth. spiritual dedication, freedom from materialism, harmony with nature, resistance to modern confusion. Similarly, the Oxford countryside symbolizes peace and permanence, while modern society symbolizes restlessness and uncertainty. Through these symbols, Arnold creates a profound contrast between two different ways of living. One reason the poem remains admired is its beautiful style. Arnold's language is graceful, musical, and richly descriptive. His detailed images of fields, hills, rivers, and rural life create a dreamlike atmosphere. The poem is written in a calm and reflective tone. Instead of dramatic action, Arnold focuses on contemplation and philosophical reflection. The result is a poem that feels both peaceful and intellectually stimulating. The ending of the poem is particularly memorable. Arnold compares the Scholar-Gipsy to a noble traveler who escapes from a plague-infected city. The plague symbolizes the spiritual sickness of modern society. The poet urges the Scholar-Gipsy to remain distant from this infected world. In other words, Arnold wants him to preserve his purity, purpose, and idealism. This ending reinforces the central message of the poem. More than a century and a half after its publication, the Scholar-Gipsy continues to speak to readers across the world. In a society filled with distractions, uncertainty, and endless pressure, Arnold's message feels remarkably relevant. The poem reminds us of the importance of having a clear purpose, remaining faithful to our ideals, finding peace in nature, resisting unnecessary distractions, living with focus and integrity. These lessons are timeless.